Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a collab with Kailys Baute to be specific. We are doing essentially 10 palettes we didn't buy and why. So basically what the premise of this video is we are going to name 5 palettes that we did not buy and we are sad that we didn't buy them, and then 5 palettes that we did not buy and we are perfectly okay with that. We are actually jacked we didn't waste the money. If you haven't heard about or seen Kailys, she is Kailys Baute. She has about 25,000 subscribers and gives amazing reviews about palettes and makeup in general. She is a mom. She is a real life woman. I really like that about her. She doesn't try and be anything that she's not. It's not about being bougie. It's just about being real. She's also the sweetest person in the world. And if you are interested in that kind of person on YouTube, that is where you want to be. I will link her video down below if you want to check out what she did with this video. I know that we probably have some palettes that will overlay and be the same opinion and some that will be different. So you should definitely check out her video so you can see what she chose. So I do have my list in my phone because I couldn't remember exactly everything that I had said. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my list. So we are going to start with the palettes that are limited edition that I am very sad I missed out on, either because they were out of stock before I could get to them, or because I just waited too long and was hemming and hawing, or I was on a no buy at the time and then I just ran out of time. So the first one is the Moschino Teddy Bear palette. I don't know why I didn't get my hands on this. I honestly tried. The second it was released, I tried to get a hold of it, and honestly, I don't even know if it became available in Canada other than the few palettes that they actually released in store. I know a lot of people had this on their anti-hauls, and I really wanted it solely for the purpose that it was actually different. It would have been another thing I would have bought for the packaging, but that's just who I am. Palette number 2 that I'm very sad about, and I actually went to go put this in my cart the other day, pulled it out, and then 2 days later went to go buy it again, and it was gone off the website, is the Morphe Dare to Create. I was seeing so many great looks come out of this palette, and it was just something that I really wanted to get in my collection. I'm sure I can probably dupe out most of the colors. It's not a huge deal, but I'm just so dejected. I'm completely dejected. Morphe, bring it back. At the time this next palette was released, the Too Faced Natural Love, I was like, I don't want that. I don't want anything to do with that. But then when I really thought about it and everybody started to rave about it, I got all finger bitey and weird, and then I wanted it, and then I didn't want it, and then I was like, it's just neutrals. You don't even wear neutrals that much. Like, what are you even doing? Why do you even care? And now that it really comes down to it, I regret it. I do regret it. The next palette that I am very sad I didn't get my hands on is the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca? Mi Vida Loca? I was kind of in a unfocused point in my life when this was released. I had bought previously the 2 Kat Von D huge palettes that were like this one, and in my mind I was just like, yeah, it's the same, whatever, I don't care, you don't need it. And I was, again, completely unfocused, and I was not doing YouTube very often, and I was not posting on my blog very often, so I kind of let it bypass me, thinking that this was not something that I needed in my collection or that I wanted and I could totally live without it. I am really disappointed that I didn't get it. It does break up my collection a little bit of my Kat Von D palettes because it's one of the only ones I don't have. And I really liked the way the palette was laid out and the curation of the shades. The last palette I didn't get my hands on that I am sad about, and again, it's not even because it wasn't available, because it totally was, but it is the Marc Jacobs 2017 Christmas release? I believe it's called the Decadent Beauty. It is the one with the zebra print packaging, and honestly, I'm so disappointed I didn't get my hands on it. I have one of the releases from either 2015 or 2016 from Christmas, and I really liked it. This one was definitely more my speed. It was a little bit more vibrant and had a lot more happening in it that is shades I would have really liked. So, and now for the list of palettes I didn't buy, and I'm glad I didn't buy them. First on this list is the Lorac Mega Pro 3. I didn't buy this palette because, one, I didn't really like the packaging. Anytime anybody releases a packaging that's white, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Like, you just know people are going on YouTube to complain about that, so stop doing it. The shades in this as well, if I had bought the Too Faced Natural Love and this, it would have been like replica bonanza. It's like basically the same thing. I do feel like between the existing 3 Lorac Pro palettes, like 1, 2, 3, they have most of the shades in there, especially in the 3, and the 3 is the one I reach for the least. So in my mind, I just didn't need it, didn't want it, and I didn't get it. So I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this next one, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. This is no longer available in Canada. I know there are some places you can still get it in the States, but for me, I saw it, it really didn't blow my skirt up, and I was just kind of like, eh. And honestly, I kind of feel the same way about the Soft Glam that they're releasing very soon. I just kind of feel like, man, it's been done. The Prism to me was a lot like the Kat Von D Saint Sinner as well, which I own and love, so I'm trying hard not to just buy things that I know are already in my collection, because what's the point? I'm just cluttering up my space here. Another one a lot of people are going to disagree with me on is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mario palette. When this came out, everybody was freaking out, and I don't know if it's just because I don't like Kim Kardashian or any of their Kardashians. They, again, don't really do anything for me. I kind of think they're a little bit of a joke. I will hand it to them. They definitely know how to brand themselves. I got respect for that. I can respect that. But you also are famous for nothing. Essentially doing nothing. So, side rant. Bring her back on the road, honey. Okay, so Maro is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, and I don't, to me, he's nobody. He's nothing. I don't know. I didn't really like the shades in the palette. It was just kind of neutral and boring and blah to me, so I just didn't buy it. And I don't feel like there's anything missing in my life because of it. If you watched my previous video about products I have bought for the packaging, you will definitely know I am a sucker for Too Faced, and I am a sucker specifically for Too Faced packaging during the holidays. So I didn't pick up the Christmas in New York palette from Too Faced. I believe it was last year or the year before, so 2016 or I think it was 2016. I was looking at the shades, and I have a few of my favorite things, and I have, I think it's called Everything Nice. They're essentially all the same thing, so I just didn't buy it, because it was the same shadows repackaged in a different package. And I'm like, what the shit? I don't need to do that. The last palette that I did not buy, and I am not sad that I didn't buy it, is the Manny Emiway and Makeup Geek collab. I don't know what made me not buy this, because I do actually really like Makeup Geek and I like Marlena a lot, but Manny doesn't really do too much for me. He's like an eh to me. I think he's a little, I used to think he was kind of funny because, you know, he was edgy and crazy, but like now I just kind of think he's a little bit disrespectful and weird. There are other palettes with almost the same shades. The price wasn't right in my opinion. And I had a ton of Makeup Geek shades already that were very similar, so I just didn't buy it, and I was just like, meh. And you know what? Again, I don't feel like I'm missing anything in my life because of it. Anyway, guys, don't forget to check out Kailys' channel and Kailys' video to see what 10 palettes she regrets and doesn't regret. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you want me to flood your inbox whenever I do a new video, you can hit that little bell as well, and we'll actually email you and tell you when I upload it instead of just giving you highlights. And last but not least, please feel free to start some conversation down below in the comments about limited edition palettes that you wish you had bought or that you didn't particularly care to buy and why. I love to chat.